I walk the streets with my swagger on, supernatural, facing a million opponents, and my role is to act alone. Lights, camera when the action's on. Where I roam is a battle zone, a vigilante in the catacombs. But I rock with a hot shot like a clock when it's cocked and popped and the lead is thrown. People say that my head is gone, but it's them same people with need of my help when I'm heading home in life. They say that everybody got a purpose, so I roam the city streets like faulty cellular service. The hot shot sharpshooter superhero, destined to shine like light through the dark and evil. I fight for what's right in the hearts of people and try to open y'all eyes, cause it's hard to see truth. You ever feel like everybody's the same but you different? That's when you know you're here to make a difference. Hot shot, you got a choice to make, stand up or stand down. Fight or flight, get up, bang out the world's wait. Can't wait to see what you about. It's showtime, act now. Hot shot, you got a choice to make, stand up or stand down. Fight or flight, get up and bang out the world's wait. Can't wait to see what you about. It's showtime, act now. Hot shot.
Here comes a new challenger!
What's up, everybody? How you doing? Mike Watson here for another episode of the show I like to call Chat and Draw. Yes. I've pretty much got a show scheduled like almost every day. Got to make up for the time that I was in the hospital. We had to push back several episodes, and I'm trying to get them all in. Don't worry, I'm going to pace myself. If you know me, you know that's a lie. All right, so welcome to the show. What up, Katie? Good to have you in the building. We're all here. Chat and Draw is a little show that's on 176 episodes. Woo. Now, as I've said and as I've been talking about and as the streets has been whispering, we are going to do a 200th episode because that 200th episode is coming up. And we're going to do a big-ass book of Chat and Draw, the art book, with everything from all 200 episodes in that book. It's coming. Be ready for it. Update. What up, Ryan? How you doing? Update. I know I give this update all the time, but I'm trying to make sure it reaches as many people as possible when I'm streaming. And so we got all the books for the Hot Shot singles. We got Hot Shot, we got Vigilance, we got Heroes International, we got Cypher, Source Book, and Vigilance. Bagging and boarding all those, getting those ready for packaging to ship out. Only thing we're waiting for now are the 2 trades. They're at the binary. I just don't know what queue they're in at the binary, but as soon as those are done, I'll pick those up, and then we will begin shipping the Hot Shot Kickstarter. Your patience has been very much appreciated while we do this, and we are full-fledged steam. What up, Andrew? We're in full-fledged steam onto our next Kickstarter, which is a project I like to call Emerald Quest, which I put the link in there. We're at $1,645 right now of our $3,000 goal. So check that out. It's the newest FSK title. It is our fantasy book. Quickest way I can say it is, if you're into Lord of the Rings, X-Men, Game of Thrones, this may be a title that appeals to you. Very, very excited. We posted a recent update with the cover that I drew, wraparound joint, inked by Lori Foster, colored by Veronica Smith, and hot damn, that cover looks good. Woo! I'm probably going to get that mug turned into a poster for myself. So, very excited about that. I love when I work with amazingly talented people. You can't knock that, man. When you work with people that are just dope, that's incredible. And they raise the bar. So, today, I've got a regular guest on here who comes on here regularly. I think this is about his 5th or 6th episode on the show. The guy does top tier amazing books, quality of his books, production, art, story. The dude's whole swagger is on point when it comes to this comic book game. You know him. Well, you don't know who it is, but you can take your guesses. Because he comes on here a lot, but we're about to bring him on out in a traditional chat and draw fashion.
Here comes a new challenger.
Chill. I think it's time for me to save the day.
What up, Ted?
Michael, how are you, my friend?
I am doing fine, man. How are you?
Oh, anytime I'm hanging with you, I am fantastic.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Chat, this is Ted Sikora. This guy is an amazingly talented comic book creator. I've been following him for a while. I got hit to him in New York at New York Comic Con with his Apama. Had about 2 or 3 volumes of that out?
Well, there's 2, but I believe that was I think that was the first time I did New York Comic Con, which was 6 years ago, maybe.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you came up to me as like, hey man, I'm an Ohio guy. I'm doing the same kind of thing, and it was like amazing. And then I think very shortly after, we were next to each other at Cleveland Comic Con.
Yeah, we were.
That's when we really got to know each other, and that
right. Yeah, you when you spend one weekend next door to somebody at a comic book convention, you get to know them a whole lot. We did a lot of good talking. David, welcome to the show the first time, man. Good to see you. Big Tim's Funny Books. Nice to see you guys here too.
Hey Tim. Hey David.
Legend. I think you made the right move. I don't mean to brag. I don't normally brag, but I do think my variant cover is the hottest cover out of the Emerald Quest Kickstarter. That's just my personal opinion. I think you made the right choice. All right. So Ted has got a slew of comic books under his brand. Like I said, I got to meet him under Apama. Then the next one that we got associated with was Tap Dance Killer, which is fantastic. I got an early peek at Punchline before it was released. Haha, sorry for you. And then Bloom has just run away with it all. You're killing it right now on Bloom, and we're on the 4th issue, which is the final part in this
is
miniseries.
Yeah, so Bloom is the origin of our Regina character. She showed up as a villain in the Apama series. And I originally wrote a screenplay about her origin when I was writing her into the comic book. And we were shopping the screenplay around for quite a while and couldn't really get anybody to bite on it. But then I realized, man, this is a perfect companion really to the whole Hero Tomorrow comics world. And it's really the ground zero starting point, because it takes place in 1969 of the entire thing that we've built. And so, Regina has been this nemesis in Apama that's driving him crazy. And now here she is getting her own thing. And this will not be the end of Regina. It's just the end of her origin story. So this will pick up with something that is tentatively titled The Book of Regina.
Henri's in the building with us, man. You know that guy.
Oh, no.
I was at Wizard World Chicago with that man a couple weekends ago.
Oh, gosh. So Henri, yes, he just posted a con. Henri is a person that I will often, we'll do cons together. And, well, first let me, I guess there's just no order to this, is there, Michael? We just kind of go, it's stream of consciousness.
Just go with the flow.
All right. So, well, first of all, let me say about what you're illustrating here. I was really inspired by Pepe Gonzalez, who did the original. Well, he wasn't the first Vampirella artist, but I believe he was the best. And there's a documentary about him, and it, discussed how he, that studio, they would often shoot models and then they would illustrate, from the photos that they took. And I had done, this is really how Bloom even came to be. I was working at I was shooting a video at a festival. I'm kind of, it's all out of order here. So Bloom is about, let me tell you what Bloom's about, just for anybody who doesn't know, but I suspect most people here do. But we start with 1969, an aspiring comic book creator named Ramsey. And he is having a real hard time with his villain. He goes to this festival and meets this dancer, Regina, and he's just taken by her look. And he says, you've got the exact vibe for this villain I've been trying to create. Could we do a photo shoot sometime where you would pose as her in the woods? And Regina's this real cool hippie. She loves the idea. And they go into the woods, and he starts painting all these symbols all over her. And she asks, well, what is this you're putting all over me, dude? And he said, it's just something I saw one night when I was tripping real hard. So don't worry about it. It's nothing. But once it's on her, she starts to know things about Ramsey and about the nature of the universe and reality. And then it gets to the point where they get really lost in the woods, and she wants no part of finding her way out. And Ramsey's starting to wonder if he's ever going to make it out intact. So this is the story of Bloom. It's sort of this two people in the woods having this creepy little adventure. So there's a lot of this is very autobiographical. I was in the situation of creating a villain. I did meet a dancer at a festival. I did ask her to pose for me in the woods, and we really couldn't get our schedules together. And then this whole fictitious story popped into my head. And then I wrote the whole screenplay. And months later, Soma was her name. She gets back to me and she's like, hey, let's do that photo shoot now. And I kind of had to come clean and explain everything that had happened with just the idea of doing this photo shoot. And she read the screenplay. I kind of sent it to her sort of cringing because she could have easily taken the mode of thinking I was a psycho, which would have been warranted. But then she dug it, and we actually did do a photo shoot. And happy to report, there were nothing like that went on in the story here. So what I did, getting back to Pepe Gonzalez, so that was just kind of to see how Regina moved, these photos that I took with Soma. But then I was seeing how these guys were shooting photos actually of the characters in the panel modes. And I thought, man, we should do something like that. So I met this woman, Glorimar Roberto, at a comic book fest let's see, which one was it? Michael, it was the same one I met you. It was at the same show. It was. She was dressed up as Queen of the Dead, Aaliyah. Do you remember that?
That's crazy.
And she had a friend who actually looked like Nikki St. Clair, the tap dance killer. I said, my God, you two should do tap dance killer and Nikki St. and Regina. And I've stayed in touch with Glorimar, and she emailed me out of the blue not too long ago, I think, and said, hey, I'm still real interested in doing this idea. And I said, well, let's do it. Let's get and I found somebody who kind of looked like Ramsey, and that was this was Matt Dodds, a reference from Josie Jones, who is our tap dance killer cosplayer. And we did some layouts photo shoot in my studio of the characters going through what was in my script, because I do often do a lot of the layouts. And hey, J-Man. And so then I had all these cool images, and I've been using them to lay out the story, which is now all penciled. Butch has about 6 more pages to ink, and I've got about 12 more pages to color. It's coming out December, Bloom 4, that is. And this image here was just something that I kind of was playing with. It doesn't really work in the story, but it's almost like a movie poster image. And when you said, you offered to have me back on, I said, what do you think of, using that as your bottom layer and drawing on top of that? And Michael, of course, is open to anything. And he said, yeah. So how is it? Have you done this before, Michael? I'm kind of curious, just in terms of, have you drawn over photo references?
Yeah, I do it for some of my comic pages. Some for like the super emotional pages, like when because I got a lot of crying in my book. So I use it for some of that stuff, and sometimes for the background stuff. It's it's quick, it's effective, it lets you get through things. But sometimes when you're out there taking pictures, your reference is the best reference because you can get it exactly where you want it when you're doing the photos.
And with Regina, especially with all the body paint, it's really helpful to have kind of a that's why I originally did a mannequin, when I designed the character, and then I took photos of that to give to Benito Gallego, and that's been extremely helpful. Anybody who's illustrated her, I usually give the images of the mannequin, and it doesn't have to be exact, but it's nice that things sort of stay somewhat consistent.
Yeah, it's nice that you have it.
Yeah, and so that's been the story of that. J-Man says he's going to pledge to Bloom. He's just waiting for his car note to clear before he does. Well, thank you, J-Man.
Hey, I love J-Man. If that wasn't the most honest and genuine thing ever said on the show. That's
great. And now Henri, who we all know and know, he's really one of my best friends in the biz. And but we were at a show one time at Planet Comic-Con, and he's the kind of friend where we don't really ever say anything nice. We just rip on each other from start to finish, and that's. I sometimes think your closest friends that's how you act,
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So I hope it's all right to say that he wasn't having a good day, as we all do. We have some bad days on the show floor. And I had just worked on this documentary. I do films, and Bob Navis is, the director at Near West Theater. And during the show, Tech Week, he comes, he brings the group, the entire cast and crew around this candle, and it's written on it. It says, see the gift in your problem. And the idea here is that if we have a problem in life, whatever it is, there can be a gift in that, and something is telling us it needs to be addressed, it needs to be fixed, and once it's fixed, that is the gift. And so I was trying to apply this to what Henri was going through. He didn't like his spot on the floor, and I said, well, but maybe there's something to be learned here. And he's like, you know what, next time I'm going to get the corner booth, and that won't be a problem, because he felt that the corner wasn't pulling people down the aisle. A fair assessment from that show. No. Anyway, so he was doing this video wrap up, and he quoted me, and he said, I got to thank Ted. He gave me some really good advice at the show. He said, you can't always get what you want. And I'm like, dude, that is not what I fucking said. See the gift in your problem is not, you can't always get what you want. I just give him shit. He gives me shit about it. That just goes back and forth. So anyway,
that's incredible. That's such an Henri thing to do.
That's such an Henri thing to do. Yeah. Just like, he built it up too. He goes, he really gave me some great advice. And he said, you can't always get what you want. Like, man, if that's all it takes.
That's awesome.
Yes. Well, it was a better Stone song than an Henri quote. May I, that goes without saying.
Yeah, but I know a few different artists that uses this before, does this technique, and I do it too. So it's a well-known tool.
Mm.
I like to, when I try to do it, I like to get down, just like get the positioning and maybe some key features on the characters down. And after that, I like to try to work from the reference to work it back in so I can find a way to put my style on it. I will pull it back up though for those tattoos because that's extremely helpful.
And thank you very much, Legend. You've been on all our campaigns, and I greatly, greatly appreciate it. Let me see if I can go through some of the comments here. And thank you again, Tim, for the kind words on Tap Dance Killer and Punchline.
Oh, dude, we got people watching from Australia. That's incredible.
How do you know that?
Big Tim's funny book said, Bloom is so good, I'm happy to pay the crazy shipping price to Australia.
Oh, that's Tim Styles. You know what, Tim? I'm sorry. Yes, and he's got a camp. You can plug your campaign, Tim. Is Gorilla My Dreams live right now, or is there one that's about to? Is it about to go live?
Go ahead.
Maybe he'll reply here, but definitely plug your campaign, Tim. His stuff is awesome. Let's see. And Henri, there is no 3-act structure to this conversation. I got in a huge argument. I'm not a fan of the sort of structured 3-act structure script book screenplay kind of things. I've gotten in big arguments with people whose opinions I greatly respect, but I happen to disagree on this point. Especially when it comes to comics. But Henri was a witness to one of these arguments. And that's why he called that out. So, but yeah, for me, what I'll just say is I am a big believer in character, and if you do the work on your characters and you create sort of the right backstories, the depth, your story can ebb and flow with whatever you want to tell on each issue, and as long as you do have to have interesting things that happen in the book, you can't just it can't be a book about where nothing happens or something, like sort of the Seinfeld joke, which really isn't. I mean, there's a lot that happens in an episode of Seinfeld, but we love those characters. That it's really, if you can get the characters right, I think you can just have a lot of fun with it. And that's what we've been able to do with our universe. And I never think about structure or 3-act or any of that stuff. And I know somebody could probably go through a book and say, well, this is a 3-act structure, what you did here. But I'm not thinking about that. It's not ever. In fact, when I try to think about it or when I hear somebody talk about it, it really hurts my head. And it doesn't even make me want to make comics. I just want to, I don't know. I'm more intuitive with what we're doing.
Oh, then I'm in the same boat. I don't even know what the hell that is. I don't think about any of that. I just write a script.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's and I understand some people can't get started or something, and maybe that's a good way to help them. But I also feel it's real nice to let people, especially new writers, develop their own voice without necessarily a structure, and it may not come out well because they didn't follow a structure, but then something greater might be learned by the next time around. And for me, I've spent countless thousands of hours, maybe not countless thousands, countless hours editing documentaries. These are things where you shoot people just talking, and you have to find the story when you're editing. And I'm very often, there's no 3-act structure there. I'm just looking for to create a story out of sort of these bits. And, hopefully it does have a nice arc and nice moments that pull you in. But, that's really it. It's about trying to just write, what you love.
Right.
Bloom is an excellent study of character. Reading Punchline tonight. Thank you, Henri. Yeah, he says I can't explain my way out of this. No, I never could. I never will. And Legend Storm, thank you for wearing your Bloom shirt. Tim's goes live on Halloween. All right. And Tim, one of the first conversations I had with him, it's speaking of, because I did bring my guitar.
Yeah.
And he's got this book, Gorilla My Dreams. And for whatever reason, every time I saw it, I was singing that song to the tune of Dr. My Eyes, because Gorilla My Dreams, Dr. My Eyes. And I couldn't stop every time it came up. And I told him about it. And he goes, "You bastard, you've infected me." So, but there's another side to that Tim doesn't even know. Often when I'm needing a break, I will just pull up my guitar and I'll play a tune, and I might look up the chords or something. And as I said, I will take requests tonight, but I did do Dr. My Eyes because of him. And it's a song I've heard a gazillion times. I never thought anything of it. But when I actually sat down there with the guitar and I was playing the chords of it and singing it slowly as I was learning it, it made me weep. And that song has just went into the stratosphere for me, because it's the kind of song, because of the way it's performed, you don't listen to the lyrics. But when you listen to the lyrics of that tune, holy moly. And I will do, maybe I'll do it a little later. I'll do the slow version that we hear the words. If I can get through it. So Michael, you, my friend, need to tell us all about Emerald Quest. What is that?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, Emerald Quest is our first venture into the fantasy realm for our comic books. We normally just do superhero stuff, but this is our first fantasy book because fantasy stories to me are super awesome. I think, honestly, I love them more than superhero books. There's just not enough good fantasy out there. But this book puts us in a place where we are seeing the world through the eyes of a young girl named Marky. She is a 15-year-old military savant. She is a master tactician, weapons master, mastered several forms of fighting, and she has worked her way up in the ranks to become the youngest general in the Queen's army. And she's so good and so vicious on the battlefield that the Queen has adopted her as a stepdaughter. So everyone's really just like, well, who is this girl? Where does she come from? And where's she going? That's what the story is going to. That's what the story is going to explain: who she is, where she's from, and where is she going. She's tied to the world of Allian in very mysterious ways. Allian is a world that has a giant emerald. This is like a living, breathing entity. It feels the pain of that world, and the world is wartime. There's battles every day, giant wars, lots of death, and it weighed on the emerald to the point where the emerald shattered and literally shattered the planet. So the planet now is in massive floating continents with their own magical atmosphere, and these shards are all over these continents. And the legend says if you gather the emeralds all together and reshape the emerald, you'll be able to reshape the planet in whatever vision that you want. So hence the name Emerald Quest. As different continents, different warriors, different kingdoms are all trying to get a hold of these different emeralds.
Sounds amazing. I backed day one, and I recommend everybody else back day one. Oh, well, no, everyone else back. Yes. Go back in time and back on day one. May I ask on Ramsey, that was just the shirt that was the closest thing he had. Do you mind removing the pockets?
Oh, yeah.
Because and actually his facial hair is a little different, if you don't mind. How can I get you a copy of what our guy looks like? It's just a little different on the facial hair and the
send it through Facebook chat.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
J-Man, this is episode 176, brother.
Oh, and J-Man called out Lori. She did a cosplay of Regina.
Oh God.
And it is unreal. She talked about doing a cosplay of her when she read the first issue on a comment of something, and I was like, oh my God, that's the best idea for cross promotion I've ever heard. and here we are. And it really gave us a big shot when she posted that too. So
Lori's a crazy good cosplayer.
Yeah. All right, let's see if I can get you a good Ramsey shot here.
But yeah, I appreciate you back in day one. I backed yours. Like I didn't. So some people may know, some people may not. But I was in the hospital for a bit, and I wasn't keeping up with any Kickstarters. Obviously, I was in the hospital, and then when I came back and trying to get my stuff back together, I didn't realize your Kickstarter was going, and I was like, "Oh shit, Ted's got a Kickstarter going." I didn't know the next issue of Bloom was about to come out, so I went ahead and backed it. And I was like, Ted, for 3 Kickstarters for Bloom 1, Bloom 2, and Bloom 3 has got me with them damn covers. There was always a cover that was just outside of my reach. I mean, all the covers were dope. But then it was always the one that I really, really loved that Ted would put in the all bundle. And I would text Ted like, damn you, Ted Sikora.
Yes, he did. Those were the exact words, by the way.
And I went ahead and I got him. And I was like, and I said to myself, I was like, Ted is not getting me with covers this time. He's not getting me with covers. I love him, but he's not getting me this time. And I just got my regular old pledge because I need to see how this wraps up with her origin or whatever. But hey, Ted is a master craftsman when it comes to putting this Kickstarter stuff together, man. Because he's gotten me for 3 Kickstarters in a row.
I think it's 4, but who's counting? All right, let's see here. I'm going to send you this image. Desktop. Yeah, so he's got sort of like, you'll see this. I just sent it to you. He's kind of got these like little paisleys on what would be sort of the vest portion of the shirt. And then the sleeves are just kind of rolled up. Yeah. And his hair isn't quite as long as the actor we had there. It would kind of cut in the back. And so he doesn't really have, he's got sort of like the Abe Lincoln beard a bit.
Yeah, we'll switch that up here in a little bit.
Yeah, when you go to inks or whatever. But yeah, he wouldn't really have the mustache.
And I like that too. I was like, man, I'm looking forward to doing this dude's beard.
And Big Tim just backed Emerald Quest.
Oh, thank you, Tim. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Yes, and Legend Storm backed my Bloom day 1 backer number 1.
Dude, he was backer. Was it you, Andrew? Andrew was backer number 1 on my Kickstarter. That dude does not play.
No, yeah, I'm pretty sure I know he was backer number 1 on one of the campaigns. He can verify. Was it actually Bloom 1 or was it Bloom 2? But he was right up there with every one of them. And my God, as creators, there is nothing better than somebody who supports you and supports you right away. It means so much to see that when you launch a project and you've got all this sort of anxiety and doubt and somebody like Legend comes in and just makes you smile from ear to ear, man. Thank you.
Right. Absolutely.
She's looking great. She's looking great. This will be what we'll do is I'm going to put this in. We're going to do a Bloom trade next year sometime. Like actually, it might even be like I might go oversized. I was talking to Sean McCardle about that, and he was talking about his Fuhrer and the Tramp book, and he's like, man, if he goes, if I get a collection done, another printing, I want to go like the bigger omnibus size. What do they call that?
I thought that was it, omnibus.
No, not it's not thickness. It's the there's a word for the larger sized omnibuses. The pages are bigger.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really thinking of doing that with Bloom next year because I got so many extras. I got all the photos I took of Soma, screenplay pages and things, and I got just tons of extras. So we can really make something pretty cool. And I've been saying in some of my posts, of all the work I've done in my life, I think this is among the very best. I'm really proud of it. The ending here, this 4th book was there's so much to it. and you know, I hope people get into it as much as it's been as a blast to make. You know.
Yeah, I kind of feel like you not that you did it intentionally, and I've experienced that too. This too, it's just subconsciously all your experience from all the books you put together prior to this. Bloom is the victim of all that hard work. Everything that you learned, everything that you picked up, every mistake that you've made, every process that you've learned through all these comic books that you put together. Bloom just happens to be the lucky victim of getting all that knowledge. That's what happened with Vigilance. Vigilance has been just last year. Hot Shot finally came back and overtook it in sales. But when Vigilance came out for 3 years, it was a top-selling book at our studio, and everything that we learned from Hot Shot, all of that knowledge went into putting that book together for the first 3 issues.
Yeah, no, there's really something to it. And I remember reading something Robert Kirkman said that, you know, because he was working the con circuit for many years, and he kept kind of launching new titles, you know, and you know, I think I've learned so much every time I've launched a new title. You know, I mean, we started with Apama, we did 11 issues, that led into Tap Dance Killer, led into Punchline, led into this, and every time I feel like I've you're just bringing all that experience to the new property or whatever it is. Yeah, let's see. I want to keep up with some. Oh, Jay, man, we share the same birthday, July 20th. Oh my. Let's see. He was looking through issue 3. The front page says cover artist. Issue 2. You're 100% right. That is a mistake. Damn it! I was so mad when we proofread that, but nobody caught that one. And I believe it's repeated in the back because it's like there's another thing on the back cover, which is like it might have been the Kickstarter. Oh, it was the Beatles thing. I called the third Beatles Bloom was actually listed as 2 as well. So, oops.
Okay.
As far as I know, those are the only 2 mistakes we made in this whole series. And they were kind of. What are you gonna do?
It happens.
It happens.
And thank you, Katie, for the pledge. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, I pledged the Emerald Quest Fantasy Stories. Definitely my thing. Cool. Yeah, looking good, dude.
No, you know, actually, I was looking forward to drawing that dude's beard and stuff, but I like this better.
Yeah, you got him. That looks right. It's just sort of, kind of sloppy, geeky guy from 1969.
Dude, this is why I love digital art. I've got this stuff on separate layers. You're like, hey, that's the wrong head, Mike. Can I send you reference? Sure, go ahead. Just go right over top of that with a new layer.
Right on. So, are you feeling okay, man? I mean, I'm not asking you to get into it, but is everything all right with, whatever happened health-wise?
Oh yeah. I got COVID. My family got COVID.
Oh, okay.
I was the last one to get it. Everybody in my household got a real mild version of it. My youngest daughter, all she had was a fever for like a week, but she tested for COVID. My 2 middle kids they had a headache and stomach ache for like 2 or 3 days, and that was it. My oldest daughter did not get anything. I'm afraid that's because of the shield of teenage wall that her room has was her defense. My wife got it, but she just had really bad body aches. And I was the last one to get it. And I get every year I get a really bad cough every year. It's just reoccurring. And I can only assume because of that cough, it hit me harder. Like it hit me in my lungs. And I basically didn't get out of bed for like 2 days and didn't realize it. And Danny and Victor had been calling me, trying to get a hold of me. And I tried to get up and I fell down into a coughing fit. And I had to call it, like Danny took me to the hospital. Wow. And it was it was bad for a couple of days, but not nearly as bad as what other people have gone through or whatnot. But I got out of there in a week. Doctor said I was fine. I was all clear, but he did say it was going to take a little bit of time for my lungs to heal. So every now and again, I still cough. But like if I talk, like I've got myself up time to like almost just a little over 2 hours. I can talk without like going into a coughing fit. It's nowhere near as severe as it was when I had it or whatnot, but my lungs are still in the process of healing.
Wow. Yeah, we haven't got that at our house, but everybody in my family had it about 2 months ago. Like my cousins, my brother, his family, my mom, my uncle was in critical. He was in the ICU. Thankfully, he came out about a week and a half ago.
Yes.
J-Man. Oh, sorry.
No, I was just saying it's no joke, man. It's absolutely serious. I hadn't got my shot yet, and it wasn't that I was against the shot. I was just lazy. I just was like, I'll get it. I just don't feel like getting it right now. I've actually not been sick for almost 2 years until that moment because I had my hand sanitizer, I wore my mask, and I'm a recluse, so I barely went outside anyway. I just stayed out here and freaking draw. So, yeah. But after the doctor told me how long it had to be for me, and then I can go get the shot. So I've gotten my shot or whatnot. But yeah, if I had the shot, it would not have been as severe as it was for me.
Right on. So J-Man is asking, will we ever see any of our characters crossing over, Michael? We already did a print, actually.
We did a print.
Yes. But
I'm up for it, but Ted and I both have very, very grounded worlds with our rules for our characters. So, and I'm sure, I don't want to speak for Ted, but I'm sure he wants to do it too, but it's a matter of how can we get our characters into one world and it makes sense. I believe that we're of the sound mind that we just don't want to do a crossover for crossover's sake. We want every part of it to be good, to make sense, and not be basically where you're like, well, that doesn't work. How the hell did that work or whatever? We want the whole thing to be good.
Right. Yeah. Our whole thing is like this little superhero world in Cleveland. And, I've been asked countless times, to do these kinds of things. And I'm just like, well, I just want to really focus on the stories that are kind of log jammed in my head or on paper, but I'm open to something down the road. It'd be kind of neat to do a big indie verse thing, even, where we get everybody together for some ridiculous, gigantic story. If it could be a good story, it's not just some gimmick. It would have to be some kind of multiverse kind of thing, I suppose, because certain characters don't make sense in each other's worlds based on the way you set them up, so yeah. But man, I mean, I hope it's okay to mention that you did ask me a while back to design a character, which once I'm done with all this Bloom stuff next year, I'm going to keep myself a little more open, and hopefully we'll be able to knock that out for you.
Oh yeah, that's fine. And so that's the type of stuff that I like to do. Because I'm like Ted, there's still some stuff that I want to establish and set up with Hotshot and Vigilance and stuff like that before we really venture in the crossovers with other titles or whatnot. But yeah, I try to find ways to work with creators in other lanes. Ted, I love Ted's character designs. They have a real classic feel. And I normally don't like the classic, like old school comic book style, but I like how Ted designs his characters. So we have been talking about him helping design one of them for us, for one of our villains.
And Legend's saying he's good at coming up with ideas on the multiversal stuff. So we've got that option when the time
right.
When the time arises, yeah, man. I appreciate the thought.
Thank you, Legend. Man, chat, look at those damn glasses. I'm pretty happy with those glasses.
I know. That is as 60s as you get. All right, I'm gonna do Doctor My Eyes, this slow version, so everybody can hear the words. Well, I gotta find it first. Doctor My Eyes. It's a Jackson Browne song. Chords. It's a little bit high for me, actually, so it's going to be a bit of a tough. Okay, let me think here. I'm going to do it slow now. Doctor, my eyes have seen the years in a slow parade of fears without crying. Now I want to understand. I have done all that I could to see the evil and the good without hiding. You must help me if you can. Doctor, my eyes, tell me what is wrong. Was I unwise to leave them open for so long? I'm scrolling here. 'Cause I have wandered through this world as each moment has unfurled. I've been waiting to awaken from these dreams. People go just where they will. I never noticed them until I got this feeling that it's later than it seems. Doctor, my eyes, tell me what you see. I hear their cries. Just say if it's too late for me. I'm going to go to this last chorus. Doctor, my eyes, they cannot see the sky. Is this the price for having learned how not to cry? That's some heavy stuff.
Yeah. Secretly, I also invite Ted to the show because I know he's going to bring his guitar.
Oh, thank you, Alyssa, and thank you, Katie. There. Well, yeah. I mean, the line that really freaking got me. You know, the guy's basically saying, "Wait, let me find it." You know, it's about a guy. I've wandered through this world as each moment has unfurled, and I've been waiting to awaken from these dreams. People go just where they will. I never noticed them until I got this feeling that it's later than it seems. Like, the tune is all about a person just ignoring the world around them, and now they're just blind to it, and it gets me now. So let's talk about something else.
No problem.
All right. Yeah. Anyway, who brought that up? Oh,
I don't know.
350. So thank you to who. Let me see if if we hit. So here's the thing with the Bloom campaign. If you go to Kickstarter and type in Bloom, if you haven't already, we did something on day one. Day one backers actually get a bonus comic book from our back catalog, and it's a surprise book that you'll get with your. And it's even for digital backers, you'll get a bonus back issue. But there's a way for everybody to get it, and that is if we break our all-time backer record, which is the round number of 399. We did 399 backers on our last campaign. So if we can get 400 on this one, we break our record, and everybody will get the back issue bonus. So we're now 50 away from that number, and feeling like we got a good shot. We still have till October 31st, and usually quite a bit come in on the last couple of days, but I certainly don't want to jinx that.
Right. I like to
Look
shout
at that,
out.
Ramsey.
I like to shout out and thank Ted. He always brings these, he brings these characters on here, and they're so fun to draw. Like, now, I admit I love, drawing, superheroes, action, punching, fighting, sexy figured, voluptuous women, and muscles and stuff. I love drawing it as much as next time, but then you get Ted Sikora coming on with his characters, and it's like, calm that down, young man. Let's really get to the heart of humanity with these characters. Let's really pull it out. I am enjoying this Ramsey character, man.
Now wait, Brad Arney, I sometimes feel like I should donate to just say no when I pick up your Bloom books. I'm not sure I understand that comment, Brad. Can you elaborate?
Brad tortures himself. Brad is just as big as a comic book fan supporter as Andrew is. And he's the guy that kicks himself for buying something, but he'll turn around and say, damn it, with all these covers, I need a black and white version. You're going to make that a black and white version? I'm going to get these covers too, but I need a black and white version.
Are you saying you should just donate and not get a reward, just to say, here's the money, but I don't want the book? Is that what he's saying? Don't do that, Brad. I don't know if I'm reading that quote right.
He's trying to talk himself off the ledge, man.
All right. And if anybody wants to hear anything, just put it in. I'll look it up and I'll do my best.
Yeah, really enjoying this one. I think it's stuff like this that I really get to play around.
Well, we were talking about it, and you've already done Regina a couple times in different ways. You did the pinup, and then we did do a Regina episode. I'm like, this is Bloom still. I actually threw out Hurricane Lizzie, and you're like, well, we probably should do the one that's on your new campaign. I'm like, yeah, okay, but what do you think of Ramsey? And then I was like, nobody draws Ramsey. But then I thought, oh, I have this thing you could, and you actually said, I don't mind doing both. And I was like, well, that's a lot. But then I thought, that's what made me think, how about with the photo reference, maybe both wouldn't be so bad. For the time, not that, you could obviously do it, but I don't want to take up your entire, night here.
Oh no, it's definitely appreciated, but I like your project. Like I said, I like your books, your campaigns kill. If anything, you're helping promote me while I'm on the show, so I don't mind at all.
Well, I'm absolutely happy, and to do that, we did an update to our campaign today, and I gave you a plug for your book. So hopefully, some people will jump on that, and maybe check out the show here too.
Yeah, I think we got a good number of people watching tonight.
Oh.
J-Man said, Mike, I've watched every episode and you have evolved week by week, month by month. But Mike, you have gotten even more awesome since you came back from the hospital. Thank you so much, J-Man. J-Man is going to make me blush out here, and that's going to be hard to do.
Boulevard of Broken Dreams. I don't think I know that song. Who is that? Boulevard of Broken Dreams. Let me see here. Why did I not? I know the title, but it's not ringing a bell. Oh, by Green Day. Oh, okay. I walk alone. All right, boy. I don't know. I'll try. I kind of know this song. Ooh, it's high. I walk a lonely road, the only one I've ever known. Don't know where it goes home to me, and I walk alone.
Oh, I know this part.
I walk this empty street. Oh, it's just out of my range. On a boulevard of broken dreams where the city sleeps And I am only one. I walk alone. I walk alone. Walk alone. I walk alone. I walk alone. I better quit there. I don't quite know the song well enough, but I'll try anything if I can remember any part of it. Yeah. So keep them coming. Keep it era friendly. How about some Joe Walsh? Oh, let's see. Shoot. Joe Walsh. I think that's all I remember of that. That was Joe Walsh, though. What else? Joe Walsh. How about some Beatles, man? I freaking love the Beatles. That is always a good idea. Not necessarily with me singing, but it's for people to. What Beatles song? Let's be more specific, because I can definitely hang with the Beatles. Let me see if I can find "Fool on the Hill." 2000 Man. Oh, that's actually by the Stones, and he's covered it. But let me think about that. I can try it. Let me see.
She says, after your go at Beatles, J-Man said 2000 Man by Kiss.
Yeah, that might have jumped ahead because he gave me an actual song. So I'm going to see if I can find A5. Huh? All right. What? Okay. Let's say A. Oh, wait. I get it. Yeah, I get that. Well, my name. Oh, shoot. I was on the wrong key. All right. Well, my name. Damn it. Let me find the beginning. I'm going to get this. I was in the wrong key. All right. Damn it. How do I get in the right key now? I started in the wrong key and now I can't get that out of my head. I can do this. Okay. Well, my name. Damn it! I can't get this first note. Name. You know my wife. I had it, and now I lost it again. I'm gonna get this. Thank God, Michael's drawing and can cover up for all my whatever this is that I'm trying to do. I cannot find this first note. 2000 Man. And my kids, they just don't understand me at all. You know, my wife still that does not sound right. I cannot get this. I cannot figure out that first note. I am sorry. Please send up another. George Harrison.
I create the F.
Damn. I really need a capo for Here Comes the Sun, but let me see what I can do. Little darling, it's been a long and lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I said it's all right. Well, all right. Little darling, the smiles return into their faces. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I said it's all right. Let's see if I can do this. All right. Well, there's a little. Here comes the sun. Yesterday by the Beatles. Oh, I'm sorry. I skipped you there. Let me get that. I think I can do Yesterday. Dude, this is looking fantastic.
Thank you.
Love it. Freaking love it.
Having a lot of fun with it, man. Having a lot of fun with it.
C7. Oh, what's that?
Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna give this a shot. Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. Now it looks as though they're here to stay. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Suddenly, I'm not half the man I used to be. There's a shadow hanging over me. Oh, yesterday came suddenly. Why she had to go, I don't know. She wouldn't say. I said something wrong. Now I long for yesterday.
I'm about to get some clap tracks on here, man. Upgrade my system some. LaShawn's in the building. What's up, LaShawn?
Nights in White Satin. All right, let's see here. Nights in White Satin. I think that's all I know of it. It's just that line, but maybe it'll spring. Moody Blues. Oh, yeah, all right. All right. I'm not going to do a lot of this because I don't really know it, but I can get through some of it. All right. Nights in white satin, never reaching the end. letters I've written, never meaning to send. Beauty I've always missed, with these eyes before. Just what the truth is, I can't say anymore, 'cause I love you. Yes, I love you. Oh, all right, yeah, I lost it there. I don't
Hey,
I will always try.
hey.
My mom was in labor with me and that song was playing. Wow. That's heavy. Speaking of heavy, look at this. Look at this guy on the illustration here. Look at this Michael Watson. My God.
Dude, you're like I said, man, I enjoy your character designs. All the
Oh.
stuff that's on Regina is just awesome. Just like it just adds to her so much.
Well, it does add to her and add to her and add to her. As a person who colors her and puts all the body paint on when I do the coloring, oh my God, it takes forever. Like, I feel like the process of putting body paint on Regina almost takes as long as coloring a page. Like, because I have this, I have a layered file. So like, this is her torso. This is the front and back of her torso. This is her arm, left arm, right arm. And if she bends her arm, then that's one more. It just, I have no one to blame but me. I should play Nobody's Fault But Mine by Led Zeppelin.
But you know what? You're paying for it right now with this amazing Kickstarter.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what makes it worth it.
You're 100% right. Whoops. When you're down, troubled, and you need a helping hand, and nothing is going right. Close your eyes and think of me. Soon I will be there to brighten even your darkest night. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, hey, all you gotta do is call, and I'll be there. You got a friend. I don't know. Forgot the chord to end on, but anyway. Okay, a song for Mike. Working Hard Day and Night. Michael Jackson and the Jackson 5. Do I know that song? How does that go, Michael? Help me out.
I actually don't remember.
Working Hard Day and Night. Working Hard Day and Night. Shay, man, I don't know. I wonder if I hope Glorimar tuned in, but I haven't seen her. She was the model there. It looks so good. Oh, that's a neat little brush. What is that?
It's the same brush I've been using, but I'm duplicating it now.
Oh, okay. Oh. So yeah, it's just like the vest area, you know? Like the sleeves would be clean.
Okay.
Even though it's one shirt, it's like the vest has a texture. The vest area has a texture. When you're strange. Oh shoot.
Ooh.
Face. Okay, when you're strange, faces come out of the rain. When you're strange, no one remembers your name. Oh shoot, I'm messing up. People are strange by the doors. People are strange when you're a stranger. I can't sing it and play it. That's the problem with that one. Are Ramsey and Regina gonna break on through to the other side? Hey Dale, I worked with Dale today on a video shoot. Well, Regina has already broken on through to the other side. That is for sure. Can she get Ramsey there is the question. Ramsey doesn't believe it. He thinks it's all a bad trip. Strawberry Fields Forever. Let me see about that one. Okay. Well, this looks... Okay. Let me take you down, 'cause I'm going to Strawberry Field. That isn't right. Oh. F sharp, 7th. Oh, there it is. All right. Let me take 2. Let me take you down, 'cause I'm going to Strawberry Fields. Nothing is real and nothing to get hung about. Oh dear, what is that chord? Strawberry Fields forever. Live. What is that? Let me see what this chord is. Living is easy with eyes closed. Misunderstanding all you see. I'm really sorry about this, everybody. It's getting hard to be someone, but it all works out. It doesn't matter much to me. Let me take you down, 'cause I'm going to Strawberry Fields. Nothing is real and nothing to get hung about. Strawberry Fields forever. Let's see if I can get to that last part. Strawberry Fields forever.
We're drawing in the way of Bloom, using photo reference drawing over top of it from Live Models. Here's the replay of it. Fun piece here. Another reason why I like the show, man, I'm always drawing something that is challenging every week. It's very, very good practice.
Dude, you're amazing. This is 176 episodes, and how many do you have? Like, are you doing one every night this week?
Yeah, except for Friday.
My gosh, like, I mean, what you're building as not even a portfolio. I mean, the books that you put out were amazing, and you're gonna, I assume, do a collection of like all of it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just I know I've said this before, but I speak for the indie community, man. We are blessed and honored that you would do this with our characters, and man, look at that, freaking cool as heck. Awesome. Thank you so much.
No, I appreciate you. I appreciate the indie community because you guys and ladies get to come on here and let me play with your characters, and you guys let me put them in the art book. I got to sell Chat and Draw for the first time at a comic book convention, and
Nice.
people were really digging the QR codes that took them right to the episode. They really liked that.
Oh, that's so cool. Now, which show was that? Was that the Chicago one?
Yeah.
How was that show?
It was a good show, but I know you've been to Chicago before. It's normally 3 rooms. It's normally 3 rooms, but they got it down to 1 room, obviously because of COVID and all that stuff. But it was good traffic. But the only thing that I felt hurt us, because I tried to pitch to them and it wasn't working. They had Outlander there. I did not realize how popular Outlander is, that show. The Sam guy who's the main actor.
Okay.
Jeez. He brought so many people there. And I don't think Wizard really knew what his audience was. But his audience is like middle-aged moms. Like a bulk of it. And I'm not trying to be insulting or anything. I'm just telling you what I saw from my perspective. All right.
Right. Okay.
And I stopped them and I talked to them. I tried to sell to them, but a lot of them had never been to a comic book convention before. They don't watch any other thing. They just watch Outlander. It's their first experience with the geek show. It's their first experience with a geek comic book convention, but they love this actor. And I think it was like 30 groups of 32 women. 30 groups of 32 women. 32 women in each group.
Wow, that's 900 something. Is my math right there? Yeah,
something like that. But all here to see him. I got a couple of them to buy something from me. And I don't know if you guys know, but like hard sales, soft sales. Soft sales are when somebody just comes over to your table with interest already because they're looking at your stuff, so they want to buy something, but they kind of just don't know what. A hard sell is when you actually pull somebody over to your table that has absolutely no interest in your product and try to sell to them.
Yeah, that's mostly what we do at shows. It's a hard sell, I think. Yeah.
So I would try to do icebreakers with them, find out why they like the Sam, why did they like the show so much, asking them questions about, is this their first show? I got one woman to do a commission. She sent me a picture. She was like, it was a screenshot from the show. She said, draw it just like this, but put my face on her body. Hey, I was like, whatever. Hey, it's your show. I hope you enjoy it. But I just don't think anyone understood his fan base because they were there for him. But outside of that, there were still good people. There was still a good amount of traffic. I wasn't as aggressive as I normally was when it comes to sales because I was trying to pace myself throughout the show or whatnot. But we did good. We definitely stayed in. We got into the green. We made back everything that we came there with for sure. But I was definitely rusty. 2 years not at a mainstream big floor show. I was definitely rusty, and it's hard to pitch in the mask. I had it was a 2-layered mask that I had, and I couldn't get people's attention like I wanted to because they couldn't hear me. So I had to go to a thinner mask so I talk. But I was just happy to be back, man. It was a very good show. Wizard was my first show ever. Wizard World Chicago was my first show ever. I was glad to be there. They had me on panels. It's great to go from going to your first Wizard World show, driving up there, sleeping in your car, washing up in the bathroom with baby wipes, eating one hot dog, and then going home the same day to being a featured guest on 4 panels with 3 tables, selling your comic book, and doing all that stuff. So the turnaround was incredible.
That is cool. Yeah, I the shows have been pretty good since coming back. I had a great time at Steel City. I did New York. Um, I have actually not done Wizard Chicago. I did C2E2 a couple times, but not.
Oh,
Um,
I knew you'd been out to Chicago. I just thought I
yeah,
assumed it was
and
Wizard World.
um, I had two very different experiences at C2E2. The first time I was in small press and did really not well. It was one of my worst shows ever. And then I was in Artist Alley and it was at the time it was the best show I'd ever had. So it was really Jekyll and Hyde for me.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
New York broke all my records. So that was a really nice show.
Yeah, I'm gonna apply for New York. Did you do a small press booth or did you do
I
Artist
did.
Alley?
Yeah. And what was nice is, I mean, I don't know how nice it is. The people on both sides of me didn't show up or they weren't sold. So I just expanded and
Nice.
yeah, so I had this giant booth and because one thing I would tell people, always bring more display than you think you might need because you just never know. And I'll say 15 to 20% of the time I end up getting more space than I bargained for because especially now with COVID restrictions and they're not selling as many booths. So I've been finding that there's usually a little more space.
Mm-hmm. I did a diversity panel talking about the current state of diversity in mainstream media, how to draw comics the FSK way. And I had another panel where I was just up on stage drawing and talking about my experience and whatnot in a comic book career. I got this one uploaded. Let me upload this video. I'm sending you the PNG file of it, Ted, so you can get behind there with all that detail and stuff in color.
Oh, thank you.
And we got that. Then we're gonna send, and then I'll also send you the video so you can put it on your Kickstarter page.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna give it to you guys one more time here. Both links to the Kickstarters, please check them out. If you pledge tonight, thank you so much. Absolutely incredible for you guys to pledge tonight. But we're greedy, okay? We're not Marvel, we're not DC, so we need you to share this out. We need you to be advocates for us. Let other people know that I was on this show last night with these two cool ass guys. One was drawing, one was playing the guitar, and they make some good comic books, and you guys should check them out. That's all you got to say. Give us an opportunity to mingle in your audience. The best thing that can help us, besides you pledging to our Kickstarters, is sharing your Kickstarters. I've done a lot of stuff where I went and bought a lot of stuff off of other people's word, people that I trust. So that same effect goes with comic book buying. Check us out. Both Kickstarters are posted. Share, pledge, or do both. Keep sharing for us every day if you can. I know that's asking a lot. If I say every day and you're like, yeah, I'll do that, that means you'll do every other day or every 3 days. So I'm just fishing for more help.
Well, and I do want to say thanks, doubly, triply, quadruply to people who've backed Bloom at all 4 campaigns, and or all of our stuff. It means the world to us, and I don't often get a chance to say it, in sort of a video way. But man, I greatly appreciate it. And as far as the sharing goes, yeah, it's wonderful, and sometimes even just tagging 2 friends when you do the share that you think would really like it specifically. That way, those 2 people will at least see it. Because sometimes Facebook with the algorithm, they just beat down Kickstarter posts because they don't make money on it, and they figure, well, then let's not push it out there. And I understand people don't want to be bombarded by Kickstarter campaigns. So, like I said, targeting it to a couple people, that's really awesome. But just backing it is wonderful. So thank you again. And yeah, thank you, Michael.
No problem. Everybody, I hope you enjoyed the show. Tomorrow I got Charlie coming back on. We're going to be doing traditional art, which I'm excited about because I bought a new pack of markers and I got some new ink pens. We're going to be doing a sketch cover for Spider Squirrel #1 for one of his Kickstarter backers. We'll be doing that tomorrow. And then Thursday, we got a late night episode of Chat and Draw as the incredible Lori Foster will be on here. And we'll be doing another crossover print with her. So that show starts at 10 o'clock. Friday, we got Agents of the Nerdy coming back at you with all the nerd conversation that you love to have. Saturday, I will probably just be streaming me working on a final 3 pages of Hot Shot so we can get that done because Hot Shot 11 is dropping in December. Sunday, I'm going to leave you all the hell alone. Take that day off. And who knows what Monday brings, people? Who knows? All right, everybody. You guys have a great night.
Bye, everybody.
I think that